When you mix it 2 parts A to 1 part B, it gives better heat performance, and that's why we made a hot box as well. So when you mix it this way and you cure it at a higher temperature, it's better for heat resistance when you're in a vehicle or in hot conditions. Alright, our riser's been in the hot box for 6 hours. Our hot box is done. I put insulation inside the hot box, this foil lined bubble wrap basically. So it's been in here. Everything's hot. Everything feels good. I'm just going to turn the light off because it's 8:20 right now. I put it in at 2 o'clock. So 6 hours, 20 minutes. I'm just going to turn the light off. Let it sit here overnight. We'll just take it out in the morning because I'm not going to do anything more tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Here's the riser that we glued together before. I just cut that in half on the table saw. And then I'm going to do white, black, white piece of Cortex material, which will give it a nice little accent in the riser. This was a pain in the butt to clamp up until I figured it out. Put a couple clamps on the side first because as those are sandwiched together, those C-clamps move everything all around, no matter how soft you go each time. So put a couple clamps on the side, keep everything lined up, and then tighten these down slowly. Double check them because glue's going to be squeezing out, but that's looking good. Now we'll go put this in the hot box. I think from here, since it's not going to fit in the hot box, I can take these off and everything should stay in place. So here's our limb kit that we got. We got the optional clear glass, so that goes on top. And then you got the smooth side on the out, rougher side on the inside, help epoxy to adhere. Then underneath that, you have a reverse taper. So it's thicker down towards the tip, which makes the tip less spongy, so it gives a little bit more action, a little bit more power. And this is Action Boo material is what it's called. Kind of a manufactured bamboo. So more consistent than just sawing up a piece of bamboo, it's a manufactured type. Then from here is just a piece of parallel Action Boo, so no taper to it. It just can increase or decrease the poundage depending on the thickness of that piece of wood. Then you have a power lamb right here. So this basically gives it strength from the limb where it's bolted down to the riser, and then gives a good fade out into the limb. So it doesn't give an abrupt transition into the limb. On the bottom is flat. On the top, there's the other piece that's parallel, and then it tapers down from there. And then this is an optional piece of fiberglass that can go in there. This one's just red for looks. And then here's your tapered piece of action boo here. And again, this can be other types of wood, not just action boo. But taper thicker here, and then thins out down towards the end. Then at the bottom for strength, you have your fiberglass. So we'll glue all those together, all in this configuration. All right, moment of truth. Our fire hose still held air the whole time. Great sign there. No epoxy on the hose. Good. We're released. Now epoxy on the mold. Good. Keep that clean. Looks like we have a nice curve to the limb. This part that's bent up here, that's where the form ended. So the limb tip is going to be right around in here. So that's going to get cut off. We had to shorten the limbs 3 inches basically for this draw length, draw weight. Yeah, nice. Good. We'll clean it all up. Sand off the sides, draw a template on there. We have this tape on here to keep that clear glass protected and to hopefully keep epoxy off this clear glass in the back. So we'll see how well that worked. Let's look at the tip here, get a sneak peek. There's epoxy that came over the sides, but we can rip a little bit of it off. I'm just gonna look here, we're gonna be cutting this end off. It's looking good.